The situation in Los Angeles is not getting better. Many of these games losing by 2 points or 3 points or 6 points are basically coughed up at the end of the game. Closing lineups with Russell Westbrook basically do everything except for score points. They come to a screeching halt. A 3-point shooting percentage from Russell Westbrook of 8% and field goal percentage of less than 20% has many of these little tiny losses turn into wins very quickly. And it's a chemistry and morale booster. But I think after the game with Portland Trailblazers and setting an NBA record of shooting a basketball with 30 plus seconds left on the clock and 15 seconds or more on the shot clock with a lead is a NBA record that had LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Patrick Beverley, and the entire Lakers organization and every fan out there screaming, "What the f-?" That brings up Rob Pelinka's latest ideas to wait until Thanksgiving. Wait 20 plus games. But if the Lakers do this, losing to teams like Portland that they were supposed to win, could they be so far down in the West they have no chance of making the playoffs? Right now, there are 6 real-life opportunities that the Lakers can make with not only Russell Westbrook, but trades with other teams and just what they can do in-house. You're not going to want to miss this. If you want to know the 6 options for Russell Westbrook right now, that's what we're going to talk about. But I am your NBA white guy talking all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. And if you love that kind of content, then make sure you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing. For this, we're going to talk about the 6 options that the Los Angeles Lakers have with Russell Westbrook. Now, they have been exciting. They have been energetic on that defensive end. This is a team that can easily finish the season with a top 5, if not top 3 defense. And what do you have to cover that with? A good offense. Now, the good news is I don't think they can shoot any poorer than they do. And here is one thing that I'm noticing differently before we talk about these 6 different scenarios is that I think there is some chemistry, there's some angst, there's a little bit of nervousness in these games that is having an overlapping effect on the rest of the players. Everybody knows they can't shoot right now, and they're also just kind of really touchy about this Russell Westbrook situation and should he shoot. But he's averaging 15 to 17 shots per game and making less than about 20% of those and only 8% from the line. So basically, anybody that you bring off the bench to soak up 10, 15 more of these shots is probably going to make a few more of these, and that turns into a victory for the Lakers. And hopefully they don't shoot it with 30 seconds left on the clock and 15 seconds left on the shot clock. But let's break down these 6 different scenarios, and at the end of this, we're going to vote. What would you do if you were wearing the old Rob Pelinka general manager hat of the Lakers? What would you do with this situation? Number 1, we got to go over and give our boys at Bleacher Report a little bit of applaud for this because they put together a really good report. Now, none of this is like, hey, this is actually happening, but this is realistic. This is with contracts and everything in there. So obviously, you know, and I know this thing with Westbrook is not working, and they've got to make a move before they get any deeper. So option number 1, if we go down here, is still with the Indiana Pacers to get a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Now, what this is going to be is the 2 first-round picks, 2027 and 2029. It's no secret. These are some of the most highly coveted picks because the Lakers are probably not going to be good in 5 and in 7 years. LeBron is an absolute robot, but he may not still be playing. And if he is, he's probably going to be wherever Bronny is. So this team with no draft capital could be the worst team ever. Good news is they can attract free agents, but teams know that those picks 5 and 7 years down the road are going to be super valuable. So you have to factor that in. Buddy Hield, over 40% career shooter, knockdown shooter. When you look at every statistic over the last 5 seasons, 8 seasons, he is statistically one of the greatest three-point shooters in the NBA. So this is a guy immediately who you can bring in, who's going to knock down a few more shots than 8% from behind the arc.
What?
Now, you talk about Miles Turner. Miles Turner is another big man. One thing that I have noticed that's not getting talked about because of the poor shooting and the poor play out of Russell Westbrook is the big man. Them Lakers are getting abused down low. Now, when you're a coach or a player, there's nothing worse, period, than getting beat on the offensive glass. If they are getting easy rebounds and putbacks, it ruins all your energy and your efforts. So you got to get somebody else down there. Anthony Davis is doing actually a superb job as a center, but every time he jumps or hits the floor, I am just like holding my head like, there he goes for the season. He's banging down low too much, and they do not have any help. I was completely wrong on Damian Jones. He just seems lost out there. Thomas Bryant, we'll see, but that's 3-4 weeks down the road. We need a big man. He would do the job. So that's the first one. Number 2, this is going to be with San Antonio Spurs. This is something that I love. And if you haven't yet, I did an entire video on this trade. I broke down the shot charts. I broke down the stats. I broke down exactly where they fit in the office. That's what I do on this channel. From a Hooper's perspective, I tell you how these trades pan out instead of just contract negotiations and pencils. I'm going to tell you, okay, these players will fit because of the tendencies of these players. So go check that out. But basically, it's a multitude of players. And the big thing that they're trying to avoid with the trade with the Spurs is getting rid of both of the picks. Maybe for just one of the picks, and obviously the San Antonio Spurs gathering Russell Westbrook so that they can buy him out, clear space, get more picks, and get Victor Wembanyama. That is the big thing for the Spurs. They're not going to fire Popovich, obviously, but they are in rebuild mode, and so any kind of draft capital right now, losing any kind of salary would be beneficial to them. One player that I like in it, because obviously the players getting discussed are Doug McDermott, and you have Josh Richardson. Bona fide shooters, incredible shooters, bring them. But Jakob Poeltl, this dude, have you been watching him this season? He's one of the most efficient centers in the entire league. Now, he doesn't shoot threes, but that's fine. The Lakers are playing exceptional defense, and I think they have probably the #1 fast break offense in the entire NBA. He's a young, athletic, quick player who can do great up high with the pick and roll, and he's athletic for the alley-oop dunk. So Jakob Poeltl is a player. He would fill that 5 spot for big minutes where AD can play that 4 spot. So this is a great trade with the Spurs. The third one is going to be with Utah. And as Utah has really just opened up to basically, yes, we are getting as much draft capital as we can. My hat's off to Danny Ainge, even though I can't stand the dude, but what he's doing for that team, because no free agents want to go to Utah, is simply amazing. But a lot of the conversation has to do with, players like Mike Conley, and obviously Bogdanovich would have been the ultimate player to get. But the interesting part is not only Jordan Clarkson. Yes, the Lakers have a lot of guards right now, but this could be something later on that they could, leverage Jordan Clarkson, who's a 6-man off the bench. Right now, you just need a shooter. It doesn't matter if they're a guard, a 6'7" wing, or a big man. They need some shooting, and they're going to start winning these games. The defense is winning it. The fast breaks, they are playing exceptional basketball, and they just can't shoot. Well, Jordan Clarkson's a guy who's out there not afraid to go out and get his own buckets, and he can shoot. But Malik Beasley, I did want to show his shot chart real quick. He's a career 37% shooter with 637 attempts. And that's not career. Sorry, that's in 2022. So when I see this kind of, shot attempts, this is somebody who shoots a lot of three-pointers. So I don't want this guy who shoots 100 3-points in a season and he shoots, 38%. I want a guy who's not afraid to pull and shoot. As you've noticed with the Lakers right now, what happens is they're daring you to shoot. And what shooters are doing is they're sitting there and thinking about it, and they're like, should I? Okay, I'll just go shoot it. You're out of rhythm. That's why I actually like watching Matt Ryan and Cole Swider, because it doesn't matter where they catch that ball, they're going up to shoot it. Shooters shoot, homie. And so does Malik Beasley. So he's also available for 79 games. All around the perimeter, he's a really good shooter. 38%, 38 from straight away, 38%, 41%. That's money, dude. Put that on a cracker. So this is somebody that I think is undersold. We're not talking a lot about Malik Beasley, but some of you guys, my subscribers, are, and I just want to give you a shout out. I love you, subscribers. Now, since I just shot you guys, hopefully I didn't shoot you guys, but gave you a shout out, you guys have to do me a favor. The only way my little tiny NBA White Guy channel gets out there is when you engage. So hit that like button right now and make sure you stay tuned to the end, because we're going to vote. And what I love to do as a creator is read your votes. And then we're going to shoot another video on what you guys said. So right now, hit that like button. So we got the next option number 4. And again, I just did an entire video on this one. It's like they're reading my mind. Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. Hayward ain't what he used to be in Utah or, in Boston for that matter. But again, he's a vet. He's a shooter. This is a guy who always is catching and shooting. And one thing that doesn't get discussed, because I'm a hooper, I talk from a hooper's perspective. Gordon Hayward's a guy who moves a lot. I cannot stand stagnant offenses. What are we going to do? We're just going to pack the paint. Then you guys are all going to stand there and watch LeBron James dribble, and we'll just let you shoot from wherever. But when you have guys moving like a Matt Ryan, like a Gordon Hayward, then the defense starts spreading out a little bit more. And Gordon Hayward's a guy that you have to value. You have to respect him. He can knock down shots. So there's at least going to be a defender or two watching where he is if he's moving a lot and spreading that defense out a little bit. It's super imperative for teams to be able to do that, and it allows LeBron James to get into the middle a little bit more. So, and obviously Terry Rozier, he's a hard-headed, tough defender. I love him. Bring him into the rotation, 40+% three-point shooter. So both of these dudes can shoot. We just need a couple timely threes. That's it. We don't need these dudes to come in and be, Ray Allen or Mike Miller, or who's the best three-point shooter of all time? In your opinion, comment down below. Who's the best three-point banger ever? Obviously, it's Steph Curry. Let's not even go there. But I love this move too. Now, the last one is Kyrie Irving. Sorry, number 5 is Kyrie Irving. And the interesting part about this is right here. The Lakers may have 31 to 35 million in cap space, but won't be enough to max out Irving next season. It might, however, be enough if Irving's market was to soften a little bit because of his personality. So the Irving possibility may lead to LA to spurn some of the proposals listed above, meaning they may not go in on this because next season they could get him, unless they are for expiring contracts. So contracts that can expire at the end of this year. That would mean no Hayward, no Rozier, no Hield if the Lakers identify Irving in free agency as a priority. So if they want Irving, basically these 3 players they can't go after because they won't have enough cap space next season to get him. So could they make some kind of trade for him? Yes, but some of these other options up there, and obviously the uncertainty of whether he's going to play or not. I love Kyrie Irving. Trust me, that was a beautiful chemistry in him in Cleveland, and he's owned up to basically missing LeBron, and I think he'd be a stellar player. But man, if he goes and gets on his tantrum, who knows where he's going to go. So anyways, the last one would be waiting would be the best. So obviously they're showing Jay Crowder here, but here's the interesting part if they wait. I wanted to know who can be traded if they were to do additional trade, because obviously we're talking about getting rid of Westbrook and picks, but is there some players on the Lakers that you may be able to package up, save some of those picks? So right here, this explains it. Basically, the only trade eligible players on regular contracts include Anthony Davis. I don't think you're trading him, even though some of my subscribers said to. Patrick Beverley, Austin Reeves. When you trade Austin Reeves, I'm done. I'm out of here. Keep Reeves. I'm gonna make a shirt that says keep Reeves. Wenyen Gabriel, Max Christie, and Kendrick Nunn. Others can be cut outright to make roster space, such as Matt Ryan, who's on salary is non-guaranteed. I think we need to give old Matty boy some more run. I know he hasn't shot it too well in the regular season, but again, catch and shoot. He's gonna catch fire. This guy averaged 10 attempts a game in the G League and shooting 42%. So I know he can get hot. He's got too much pressure right now. He just got to get him in and get him shooting. Once he gets hot, this could be a guy answering a lot of our questions. Now, he's one of them hustle dudes. I love his hustle, but it's kind of like he doesn't kind of know what to do with his hustle sometimes. So he's suspect on defense. But obviously then there's trade with the Spurs or with the Suns multi-team swap to add Jay Crowder, who's away from the team. I don't know if I'm with the whole Jay Crowder thing. He was with LeBron, then LeBron kicked him off, and then LeBron and him kind of went in a tango there in the bubble, and they did the salsa dance. So I don't know if he's the answer to the problems or if I'd trade for him. But that's your job, homies. You got to vote down below. Which one of these 6 scenarios would you like? Is it the Indiana Pacers one? Is it the Utah Jazz one? Is it the New Orleans Hornets one? Is it the San Antonio Spurs? Is it none of those trades and wait till next year to get Kyrie Irving? Or should we wait until 20, 30 games in to see what kind of disgruntled stars are out there? There could be some bona fide stars and great shooters that just want to get released, and that team is desperate. The Lakers are desperate, and it would cost the Lakers a lot less. Who knows? But you guys vote down below, and now you got to go and hit that like button. If you've been here this long, the last thing you should be doing is leaving without hitting the like button. And make sure you comment your vote down below. And actually right here is those videos with the Spurs and the Hornets, what really goes into those trades and how they fit with the Lakers. So go ahead and click one of these guys right here. I'm your NBA white guy talking all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. Make sure you subscribe, homies.